Conch 1 will be ready to go 9.
Conch 1, Key West Tower, right down with departure, approved, runway 9, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 9, right down with Conch 1. Alright, here we go. Now that's the Navy base out there in front of us. To the left you can see that big long runway where all those military aircraft are going.
Conch 1, is this a long one?
Yes sir, long one.
Conch 1, roger. You're not going to be going up into the harbor, are you, first?
No, I'll be making a left-hand turn out to the south.
Conch 1, roger. Marlin 00, Key West Tower, you with me?
Conch 1 is up 1355, turning inbound GPS runway 9.
Potential aircraft base information, Juliet, current altimeter 3017.
Alright, down here on the right we've got Smathers Beach, which is our most popular beach in Key West.
Correction, 120 at 12, runway 9, clear to land.
Runway 9, clear to land, up 1355.
1355, roger. When you're established inbound, traffic 2 miles due east of you. There appears to be a military helicopter indicating 200 feet. When you turn finally, it's going to be about 2 miles ahead.
Up 1355.
Key West Tower, Marlin 00. Marlin 00, Key West Tower, traffic 2 miles west of you, turning eastbound, Delta 737 at 1,600. Marlin 00, copy, flight to transition to the north side of the airspace, west and east. Marlin 00, transition north of the field, approved, altimeter 3017. 3017. Marlin 00, say altitude. 200 feet. Roger. 1355, that traffic 12 o'clock, 2 miles northeastbound, 200 feet.
Alright, down here on the right, coming up on some of the hotels along the south side. But then we're coming up on Duval Street where this concrete pier is sticking out. That's the main street downtown. And then the next street corner, you see that red, black, and yellow buoy everybody's standing around, is the southernmost point. And this is all military property down here. But then out there at the tip of the island, that's my favorite beach. That's Fort Zachary Taylor State Park.
3 visual diner.
You got 4523, roger, understand you got Delta 737 inside, you following him?
Yep, we got Delta, we're following them.
You got 4523, Key West Tower, roger, Touchway, Traverse number 2, runway 900, clear to land.
Clearly at 900, Brigade 4523, thanks.
Alright, we're going to make a left-hand turn now. We'll go head out to the reef, check out the Sand Key Lighthouse. There was one snorkel boat out there earlier. It'll take about 3 or 4 minutes to fly out there. But Key West does have the 3rd largest reef in the world. Got the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, reef off of Belize, and then a reef here in Key West. see the different colors in the water here, and then a little bit of seaweed floating at the surface. Mainly the different water colors has to do with temperature, but today it's more wind related.
Key West wind 110 at Nutter. Model 00, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I'd like a flyby at the Lower Keys Medical Center, and then we'll depart your airspace to the north.
Model 00, say again your flyby request.
Flyby at the Lower Keys Medical Center before departing to the north.
Model 00, approved. You're going to go northeast or northwest. That's right on the line.
We'll do a northwest, west instead, maybe.
Model 00, roger.
You can see the lighthouse over there to the right. That's where we'll end up. We'll fly a big circle around it. Check it out.
Delta 55, you're going to make Delta.
Paper.
Delta 55, right turn on Delta, left turn on Alpha to the ramp. Just monitor ground 121.9. Thanks for your help.
Delta Alpha, and we'll monitor Delta 55, thanks.
Alright, first section of reef is going to be over here to the left. And the reef's pretty easy to see today just because of all the waves. But that's it. It is less than a foot deep along this reef line, so definitely got to know where you're going. See why we had a lot of shipwrecks back in the day. Alright, now that reef was a little blown out and murky, but this next one over here to the right called Rock Key should be a little bit better. And over here to the left is the St. Key Lighthouse, and this is considered the main reef.
Bishop 4523, roll out to the end with a right turn on Echo, and then taxi to the ramp. Monitor ground, 121.9er.
Right turn on one, and one more ground, 45.
That lighthouse is over 150 years old, so pretty amazing it's still standing. I'll put the lighthouse behind us to the left here. You should be able to get a nice clear shot of it.
Marlin 00,
fly past it here.
4 miles, westbound, South 340 inbound to this airport.
Right.
Just
right about there. Should be able to get a nice clear shot.
Searching right, come back down to below 500.
Marlin 00, roger. Looks like he's heading out for the GPS probably.
There's a turtle down here. See that brown spot right at the surface in front of the wing? Right under the wing now. Oh, turtle. Another turtle.
Marlin 00, the South 344 clock, 2 miles westbound, 3000. Oh, 00, roger. You leave Delta airspace now. Squawk appropriate code and freeze change crew. See you.
Roger, sir, thanks.
740 Fox X-ray, stand by, sir. Need just a moment's delay. Your flight plan dropped out and we're going to put it back in for you.
Alright, I'm going to head back northbound now. We'll go check out those islands in front of us. But this island chain out there in front of us, pretty much all the islands are protected. It's all part of that federal wildlife refuge. Pretty much protects all the islands north of the Florida Keys. All the way up into the Everglades.
Cruise 109, Key West Tower, wind 130 at 11, runway 90, clear to land.
Running out of Captain up to order.
So we'll go fly in between those islands there, a lot of shallow water. So might see some stingrays or small sharks.
Delta 109 now, Catalan.
Key West 109, probably clear to land.
Catalan.
Over here to the left,
740 Fox
you can see these little channels that cut through. There's actually 7 of them.
Hold short of the runway, landing traffic.
They call them the Seven Sisters. A lot of fish come in and out of these channels. A little bit deeper there, probably about 4 feet deep. Compared to the dark brown section is about a foot deep or less. this island over there to the right. That's called Crawfish Key. Usually some birds flying around. They like to hang out on that island a lot.
Source 109 to right there, taxi to the ramp, just monitor ground 121, point 9er.
That's all right, I'm marking on 21,
4740 Foxtrot X-ray, turn left heading 360, runway 9er, clear for takeoff.
Now down there in the seagrass every so often you can see some white lines. And those are all propeller scars from boats running aground. So that's how shallow it is. If you get lost down there, you will run aground.
Roger, hold short, wait and release. Number 740 Fox X-ray, amend your heading now, turn right heading 180.
Okay, 180, right, turn to 180.
740 Fox X-ray, affirmative, wind 120 at 11.
Tower Conch 1 about 5 miles to the west. I can proceed back into the harbor.
Conch 1 proceeding to the harbor, October 3016, traffic of Barron inbound from due south of you for the final.
Alright, looking for the bearing, Conch 1.
Key West Tower, Temple Wolf, Alpha Kilo Alpha.
Tango Golf Alpha, Key West Tower, makes clear on approach runway 9er, wind 130 at 10, runway 9er, clear to land.
Clear to land on runway 9er. Kilo Alpha, thank you.
Fox X-ray heading 180, contact Navy departure, so long.
Hey, 180, over to departure, so long, thanks for the help, sir.
And Fox X-ray squawk 4731.
Down here to the right, you can see this blue sailboat sitting on its side. That shows you how shallow it really is. That's been abandoned for a few years now. And then off my left wing, that larger boat that's coming in there, he comes down from Fort Myers in the Naples area. It's actually faster on the boat than it is to drive your car. By about 2 hours.
Turn right heading 180, runway 9er, clear for takeoff, bearing on a 3-mile final, no delay.
Takeoff, right here, 180.
This island over here to the left with all the houses on, that's called Sunset Key, which is a private island. Some of those houses go all the way over 20 million for sale. There's a restaurant out there though called Latitude, open to the public.
Backcom 6119, verify squawking 4777.
That's what I have in it. We go next one.
Sir, 4777, and contact Navy departure, so long.
Bye-bye.
Down on on the right are the two cruise ships, and we'll come back by here in a minute so you'll be able to see them again, but we do have two of them in town today.
We have the airport flight.
This is 1130 Delta Key West Tower, and our left base, runway 9er, straight to the base leg, sir.
Okay, 1130 Delta, we'll turn a little bit right to get out there.
That cruise ship is Mallory
Key West
Square.
Tower, jet speed 500's with you, about 10 out, left base, runway 9.
Jet speed 500 Key West Tower, you're following the Pilatus 3 miles north of the field. Continue southbound and square your turn for an 8-mile final.
Okay, we can do that. We'll do southbound for an 8-mile final. Continue, jet speed 500.
Back up 6119, connect departure.
Alright, we're going to head up towards the north side of the island now. You can see a lot of these sailboats down here.
North 1 got Pilatus inbound from 3 northeast of you, and Falcon 50, 8 north, 5 northwest of you for landing. If able to stay north of the final for right now.
I'd rather we'll stay north of the final and looking for those traffic. Conquest.
Telegraph Alpha, Kilo Alpha, you're going to Customs.
Yeah, that's correct.
Alpha, Kilo Alpha, turn right on Delta, turn left on taxiway Alpha. Contact ground 121.9er.
121.9 on that turn to Hotel.
Pilatus 1130 Delta, runway 9er, clear to land. Thanks for the short approach.
1130 Delta, we're getting ready to turn base, and we're clear on runway 9.
Positive wind 110 at 10.
Now over here to the right at the tip of the island, this is our Military Special Forces dive school. Do a lot of training out here.
Alright, again, 124 Whiskey Romeo, we are ready for departure runway 1, runway 9.
24 Whiskey Romeo, roger, you're awaiting your release, be ready to go. There's going to be a Pilatus landing, and we'll get you going right behind him, hold short of the runway.
I got 4 Whiskey Romeo.
And hold short.
Okay, hold short.
And jet speed 500, appreciate slowest practical speed, runway 9 clear to land, traffic, King Air will depart prior to arrival.
Okay, we're slowing up, jet speed 500.
Down here on the left, you can see this houseboat. Been out here for a few months now. Actually a very nice houseboat. I'm told it's a vacation rental, so if you want to try living on the water for a couple days or a week, might be interesting. Out here to the right is another houseboat, but this one's pretty small.
124 Whiskey Romeo, departure instructions, runway heading 4,000 feet, and hold short of the runway.
Alright, runway heading 4,000, we'll hold short, hold with the Romeo.
That one is definitely tucked away in the middle of nowhere.
No, 1130 Delta, expedite down to the next taxiway, right turn on Delta, contact ground, point 9er, no delay.
Delta to ground. Sorry. 3 Delta. Off on Delta. Going to ground. No delay.
Stay firm. And 124 Whiskey Romeo, runway heading, runway 9er, clear for takeoff.
Alright, runway heading clear to go, 4 Whiskey Romeo.
Whiskey Romeo, roger, no delay, sir. Falcon 50 on a 2.5 mile final.
Alright, no delay.
Jet speed 500, King Air taking runway for departure, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 9, jet speed 500, thanks. Key West Tower, good morning, afternoon, Brickyard 4393, visual for 9.
Brickyard 4393, Key West Tower, number 2, pound of Falcon 50 on a 2 mile final, runway 9er, clear to land.
Runway 9, clear to land, Brickyard 4393.
Key West Tower, Otter 435, Bravo's 8 West, Juliet.
back through the harbor again.
360, number 3 to follow. Embraer airliner 5 south on a wide right base. I may give you a 360, I'll let you know.
Okay, 35 roll.
And 435 Bravo's altitude.
500.
435 Bravo, roger, proceed to the southwest corner and plan on you turning in behind the brickyard once he gets on final. And slow as practical speed.
Okay, we'll pull up and go on the southwest corner, 35 roll.
Go 4393, turn your base.
Alright, turn base 4393.
Whiskey Romeo, connect departure, so long.
Alright, coming back through the harbor again.
Air 4393, as you turn base, traffic will be a single-engine Otter seaplane. He's just south of the center line at 500 feet.
Over here on the right, there's a shipwreck. See that structure under the water? That's actually the only shipwreck out here with any history. It's an old Coast
I
Guard ship.
appreciate you staying north of the final for me, sir. We'll get you in here in a few minutes. Still got 2 aircraft inbound from the south.
Alright, roger. I do have the outer in sight, Conch 1. Now this island's kind of interesting. You can see there's some camp set up out there. You can see the tarps blowing in the wind. There's actually some homeless people living out there. It's kind of interesting. This is all Navy property. I guess with maybe budget cuts and whatnot, they stopped patrolling the area, so the homeless population has kind of moved out, got some free island living.
Air 4393, the eastbound Otter, 12 o'clock, 1 mile, 500.
Yeah, we're still looking for Air 4393.
Air 4393, roger. We're now clear to land.
Clearly moving on for Air 4393.
Alright, he's kind of got us holding here. There's a
Speed 500 over the ground.
airline traffic coming in. But over here on the left,
Bravo, the Embraer's got your
you see these ammunition bunkers down here? That's all military.
We're looking 35
They were put there during the 60s of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
435 Bravo, roger. Follow the Embraer 170, caution weight turbulence, runway 9 clear to land. You would just go direct to the numbers.
Back to the numbers, follow the 170.
And there's some little shipwrecks down here on the left. See that gray structure right under the water? Old boats.
Air 4328, we're ready now.
Air 4328, roger, hold short, runway landing traffic.
Hold short, break Air 4320.
And can Conch 1 start making our way southbound?
Cal Tower, say again.
Conch 1, can we start making our way southbound? I've got the Otter and the Embraer.
Conch 1, roger, keep it close in behind the Otter. There is a Super King Air 5 west to follow you.
Alright, roger. Conch 1.
10 Kilo Foxtrot, SAT visual runway 9.
10 Kilo Foxtrot, Key West Tower, slow spectral speed number 3 to follow a biplane, turning a 2.5 mile base leg to final.
But that was slow speed for 10 Kilo Foxtrot.
Affirmative.
A lot of air traffic out today. It is rush hour. Right around 12 o'clock. Gets busy.
And Conch 1, number 3 behind the seaplane, the Otter seaplane, runway 9 clear to land.
Number 3 behind the seaplane, clear to land 9, Conch 1.
10 Kilo Foxtrot, keep it slow spectral speed for traffic, still number 3.
Slow enough, 10 Kilo Foxtrot.
One big cruise ship, one little cruise ship.
Conch 1, maximum forward speed to the runway, you're following the Otter.
Alright, roger, if you want, I can follow that King Air in.
He's 3 miles behind you right now, looks good, keep it coming.
Alright, roger, Conch 1.
435 Bravo, think you can make Charlie for me?
Yeah, we can do that.
435 Bravo, roger. Got 4393, right turn at Delta, over the end, taxi to the ramp, monitor the ground, point 9er.
To the ramp, monitor ground, bring car 4393, see ya.
Key West Tower, Sirius 527 Whiskey Whiskey.
Yeah. Whiskey, Key West Tower, continue, number 4.
4, Whiskey Whiskey.
Crossing over Duval Street here. But you can see there's a lot of buildings and houses on a tiny little island.
And Concord, I have to give you a right 360 for spacing. Got traffic waiting to go, and the King Air's catching you, sir. Make a right 360 and reestablish on final behind the King Air.
Alright, Roger, right 360, look for the King Air, Conch 1. Alright, we got more traffic now. Waiting on.
110 Kilo Foxtrot, number 1 for the runway now, clear to land.
Go ahead, number 1, 110 Kilo Foxtrot.
Three South Bravo, thanks for the help, ground point 9er.
Bravo, point 9er, 3 Bravo.
Concord, the Super King Air is a mile behind you, established on final.
I've got the King Air inside, Conch 1.
Concord, number 2, runway 9, clear to land, causeway turbulence.
Number 2, clear to land, Conch 1.
527 Whiskey, maintain slowest practical speed for jet departure, continue.
Alright, slowest practical speed, 7 Whiskey Whiskey.
Down there on the left, we've got Higgs Beach and then the White Street Pier.
Concord, square, you turn to final, there will be an Embraer 170 departure prior to arrival.
Alright, Roger, Conch 1.
Concord, cancel that, sir. You can continue straight in, runway 9, clear to land, King Air short final. Straight into the runway, clear to land.
Heads to the numbers, Conch 1. Whew, jeez. Alright, here we go.
Zero Kilo Foxtrot, right turn on Delta, right on Alpha, contact ground point 9er.
Right on Delta, right on Alpha, ground point 9er, 110 Kilo Foxtrot.
Conch 1, thanks for your help, sir. Right turn Delta, ground point 9er.
Right turn Delta, ground point 9, Conch 1.
You're at 4328, turn right, heading 180, runway 9er, clear for takeoff.
Right turn 180, clear for takeoff, runway 9, bring car 4320.
527 Whiskey, traffic departing Embraer 170, causeway turbulence, runway 9er, clear to land.
Westway turbulence, then runway 9er, clear to land, 7 Whiskey.
Ground, Conch 1 clearing the Delta.
Conch 1, gives ground taxi parking.
To the ramp. Yeah, it's a seaplane there. It flies out to the Tortugas. I believe that trip is rated number 1 on TripAdvisor. And it is pretty cool. I mean, you're flying out there in the middle of the ocean, then all of a sudden here's an old fort.